input, sorry, one mistake I have, that is output in, this is input of EHD. Okay, so this formula we have to use in the problem. Now I am going to give that a filter has input as xt equal to e to the power minus twice t ut. Okay, and the impulse response ht is given as e to the power minus t u of t. So first one is find the ESD of output. Okay, this is the question. Find the ESD of the output. So let me do first. This is the A number question. So first of all, we have to find the output of this signal, that is yt. Then with this relation, we can find the means ESD. And what is the input ESD or output ESD? I have said that these are the nothing but square of x of omega, square of the transform domain. This is y of omega whole square. This is the output of ESD. We can calculate by this equation, y of omega square. Right. So our problem is to find this y of omega square. So we already know the relation between these three is nothing but output ESD equal to h of omega whole square input ESD. So this h of omega, so already h of t is given. H of t is given e to the power minus t ut, isn't it? So what happened? You have to find h of omega first. So what is the h of omega of this? This is nothing but a by the formula. We know that e to the power minus at ut formula Fourier transform is nothing but what? It is 1 by a plus j omega, isn't it? So in this case, a is minus 1. That's why a is 1. That's why the equation will be 1 plus j omega, isn't it? So you can put here the mode of square. Mode of means if you take mode of this thing is what will be the below? It is 1 plus omega square. Okay, then you have to one by mode of 1 plus omega square. Okay, then you have to take square over this mode of h of omega. So similarly, what is the input? Input is given as xt equal to e to the minus twice t ut. So what will be the x of omega then? Similarly, you can apply this formula. E to the power minus at ut, Fourier transform is 1 by a plus j omega. That's why it is a here is 2. So 1 by a plus, not a, 1 by 2 plus j omega. So what is the mode of this? Mode of x omega is nothing but 1 by 4 plus 1 by root 4 plus omega square whole square. So if you if you square in both denominator and numerator, what you will get? You will get 1 by 1 plus omega square and 1 by 4 plus omega square, isn't it? So this is the output ESD. You can write, you can stop the problem here itself, or you can do more. So you can keep the problem here itself. Okay. So this is the output ESD of the problem. Okay, you can keep the answer up to this, but let me give second part of this question on the next page. So when you practice more problem, your concept will be clear. Okay, and this formulas also you can remember. You should remember these properties of Fourier transform. So come to the next problem. Next problem is show that total energy in the output is 1/3 of the input energy. Okay, so what is input is given? Input is given xt equal to e to the power minus twice t ut, isn't it? So what is the energy of this signal? How we can find? We can find by energy formula E of x. How we, this is nothing but a periodic or non-periodic. This is a not periodic. We have to think of this power or energy signal. This is energy or power signal. This is energy signal. Okay, so what is the energy we can calculate? How? The energy formula is minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t whole square dt. Okay, so here if you put minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus twice t e of t dt. Okay, so ut is there, that's why the integration becomes 0 to infinity e to the power twice t dt. When you solve this, square is there, so square term is there. If square is there, so you have to write here -4. Okay, so if you go to solve this, it's to the power minus 4t by -4 infinity 0. So 1 by -4. This when you put infinity here, it is become 0. When you put 0, it is become 1. So ultimately your answer is 1/4. Okay, so this is the energy at input 1/4. So our question is to show the energy at the input is means energy at output is 1/3 of the input energy. We have calculated the input energy first, so we have to find the output energy. Okay, so how we can find the output energy? First of all, you have to find the signal. So signal, we know that yt equal to, how we can calculate the signal? By convolving two means signal like xt and ht. So this is, we know, we have to convolve xt and ht. So if you're going to apply this integration formula, then it will take more time. Since these are energy signal, it's better to use the properties. Use the Fourier transform property. When you take the Fourier transform, then these two will be multiplied. Okay. This is the property we know, and we already know what is the Fourier transform x of omega. I've given in the previous, this x of omega Fourier transform is this is, and h of omega is this 1/1 plus j omega 1/2 plus j omega. Hence it is 1/1 plus j omega into 1/2 plus j omega. Okay, so we have to find the equation of yt. So we have to solve this. So make a partial equation like a by 1 plus j omega plus b by 2 plus j omega. Okay, so try to solve this a and b. Try to solve this a and b. how we can solve is 1 equal to a 2 plus j omega plus b. This has come 1 plus j omega. Okay. So when you put j equal to the j omega equal to -2, okay, then b equal to 1 plus 1 minus 2 minus 1. So b equal to, come to the next page. Let me solve here only in this place. So when j omega equal to -2, okay, then this -2 will gets a into 0 means 0, b 1 plus -2 means -1. So 1 equal to minus b. So we'll get b equal to -1. So j equal to -1. When -1, this 2 minus 1 means 1. So 1 plus a 1 equal to a. So we have get a equal to 1. So our equation will be, what is our equation? Y of omega equal to 1 by 1 plus j omega minus 1 by 2 plus j omega. Okay. So our equation will be 1 by 1 plus j omega minus 1 by 2 plus j omega. So when you do the inverse Fourier transform of this, you will get about yt. Yt is nothing but this ut minus e to the power minus twice t ut. Okay. Now you have to find the Fourier transform, means energy of the signal. This is the output signal of the system, and we have to find the we have to find the energy of this signal, and we'll see. So how we can find the energy at output? By taking integration and taking the modulus of e to the power minus t ut minus e to the power minus t ut whole square dt. Okay. So here you have to put the a minus b formula. Okay, you have to put the a minus b formula, then you can solve. So let me bring modulus at outside. Okay, minus infinity to infinity. So a minus b you have to apply. E to the power this square means twice t ut will come, plus this square b square is e to the power minus 4t ut will come. Okay, and minus sign is there, that's why it is minus twice a and b, means e to the power this minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 will come, ut will come. So dt. So you have to integrate all this term, and ut is there, so we can write 0 to infinity minus 2t dt. You break all the term, 0 to infinity e to the power minus 4t dt minus 2 outside, 0 to infinity minus 3 minus 3t dt. Okay. So try to solve this one. What will get? You will get when you put this 2 minus 2 and 0 means it's come as a 1 by 2 first term. Second term you will get 1 by 4, and third term you will get 2 into 1 by 3. Because this here we can find that if it is e to the power minus 4t is there, then we will get 1 by 4. And due to infinity is limitation, if e to the minus 4t is there, our result is 1 by 4. Like that, I think that it is e to the power minus 2 is there, so 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4, 2 by 3. Here, this is 12, 6 plus 3 minus 4, 8. So what is the value? 9 minus 1 means 1 by 12. So now you can see that this is 1 by 4, 1 by 12. And this is input energy is 1 by 4. So we can say output energy is 1 by 4 times of, let me see, volume. Input energy is 1 by 4. Okay, so we can say input energy is 1 by 4 times of output energy. Our question is so that the output, so that total energy in the output is 1/3 of input energy. So how we can say that? What is how is the relation? So that the total energy in the output is 1/3 of the input energy. You can say 1 by 4 and 1 by 12. No, if you make it like you can say input energy is 1 by 4. Output energy is 1 by 12. Okay. If you divide this, okay, let me do. If we divide like this, u of y by u of x equal to 1 by 12 into, when you divide 1 by ex below, then it will go up. So it is 3. Okay. So output will be 1 by 3 of input x. So thus you can say that output energy is 1/3 of input energy. Okay, so like that you can show the relation, because question is say that prove that output energy is 1/3 of the input energy. Like that you can prove. So I think it's clear. Let me give one homework related to the cross correlation. Okay, take a homework. Find the cross correlation function of xt. This is related to the cross correlation function, and earlier which I solved, all are from autocorrelation function. This is cross correlation function. Find the cross correlation of xt equal to e to the power minus t u of t and yt equal to e to the power minus thrice t e of t. Okay, this is as a homework. Okay. So let me solve a interesting problem based on the discrete time signal. Okay, this is very important problem. You just give attention. That find the autocorrelation function of x of n equal to 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. You can take let me give this signal only. Find the autocorrelation function of x of n equal to 1, 2, 1, 2. So here two concepts you require. Okay. Very interesting problem. This sort of question often come. So we know that autocorrelation function can be given as how? It is given as Rxxt equal to x of n. Static symbol is represent for the correlation x of n. Okay, and you can apply the property that is based. What is the relation between correlation and convolution? That we have to take we have to make a signal folded one. Okay, then we can equate. We can say that this the conversion between these two signals, one is origin signal, another is folded signal, is similar with the correlation. Okay, this is not T. Sorry, we are discussing about discrete time signal. That's why we have put n xn correlation of x of minus n. Okay, this is the relation between correlation and convolution. Okay, so I think I didn't give such type of signal, and I didn't do any problem that how to find the correlation of the signal. This is very important. So you just give attention how we can find the correlation between these two signals. Okay, if the discrete time signal is given. So here what is given xn? Given xn is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, no arrow mark is given. That's why what is the starting point? It's from 1, isn't it? So be attentive in the class what I am saying. Since there is no arrow mark is given, so starting point is where? It is here. Here n equal to 0. This is n equal to 1. This is n equal to 2. This is n equal to 3, isn't it? So if you make folded signal or folded version, then what will be the signal then? What is the signal? Can anybody say? What is the starting values? Is it 1 or is it 2? Can anybody say? This is the folded. This is the original signal. If you folded the signal, so what will be the these elements of the signal? Please reply. Can you say? This is the folding signal, isn't it? Time folding signal. So if this is n equal to 1, 1 is at n equal to 0, then what will be here at n equal to 0? Okay, let me know. Just reply. You can write in chat box also. What is the value at n equal to 0? Can you say that? What is the value at n equal to 0 for this folding signal? So you should be attentive. Please reply. Can you say? What is the value of the signal at n equal to 0? Anyone please reply. Can you say what is the value at n equal to 0? Here this signal is given and this is folded signal. In folded signal, what are the values? You should be attentive in the class. You can write in the chat box also. If you don't know, you should ask. Okay, sir, I don't know. Please, please give the answer. Okay, with explanation. So anybody, please speak up. So. Discrete time signal, what is the folded signal? Can you say? This x-axis represented by n, is not it? This is 0. Okay. This is suppose x of n we are going to draw. So at n equal to 0, what is the value? It is 1. Suppose this is the value. Okay. At n equal to 1, at n equal to 1, what is the amplitude of xn? It is 2. What is at n equal to 2? What is the value of signal? It's 1. So it is here. At n equal to 3, what is the value of the signal? It's 2. Again, it's spread. Okay. So now can you say what is the value at n equal to 0 for n equal to 0 for n equal to x minus n? Can you say? If you folded the signal, what is the value at n equal to 0? Can you say? I've shown graphical also. Nobody is replying. What is the value at n equal to 0? So in this case, if you folded the signal, it's 1. Obviously, it's 1. So good. So you should be attentive in the class. Okay. When you folded the signal, okay, with respect to the y, these signals are folding one. Okay. It's like a mirror image. If you place a mirror at yn, how will be the signal at the back of the mirror? You can see that at n equal to 0, it is similar 1, isn't it? 1 only. But this first signal at 1, it can be seen at -1. Okay, 2. At 2, it can be seen like this, -2, and this is 2 minus 3. So good. So this is a folded signal, isn't it? So you can write here like this. This 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 1 again. And this starting point for at n equal to -3. Okay, this -3, -2, -1, it is 0. And when you convolve the signal, another thing you should remember, after a convolution, just write in the at the side as a note. After convolution, our starting point would be same. Here is starting point 0. At the first one, starting point is 0, and second one is starting point as -3. So after convolution, starting point is this 0 plus -3. Okay, it is -3 only. And what will be the length of the sequence? That also you should know. I have said many times that after convolution of two signal, if you know the sequence of first signal is L1, okay, and sequence of second one is L2, then the length of the convolved signal is L1 plus L2 minus 1. First one is L1 is 4. Second one L2 is 4 minus 1. So it is 7. So this you can say, you can assume, you can say from the signal, okay, that starting point of the convolution signal is -3 and length of the convolution signal would be 7. Okay, so come to the means how we can convolution, come to the that part. So here already we know. Can I proceed to the next page? So already we know x of n equal to 1, 2, 1, 2, isn't it? 1, 2, 1, 2. And x of -1 minus n equal to 2, 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. So how we can find the convolution? Any sequence you put at the upper side. Suppose first one I put here 1, 2, 1, 2, and second sequence you should put at the Coulomb side 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Then you have to multiply these two, this upper one first. 2 into 1 means this 2. 2 into 2 means 4. 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 2, 4. Again, when you multiply this 1 again with the this Coulomb values, 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 2, 2. 1 into 1, 1, 1 to 2, this. Like 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. After finding this multiplication, just you do like this. Okay. You separate these values and then convolve signal y of n, isn't it? Or a correlation you can write Rxx. You can write Rxx. 1 minute has left.